Hi everybody, miss-elaineous here and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, this is where I take you to see quirky, offbeat and interesting tourist attractions. Now it's a bitterly cold day in London today, but I've been out of doors. I've been to Fairlop Waters, which is in Essex. It's an open space where you can take part in outdoor sports. You can go sailing here, you can see some nature, and hey, you can even get married here if your little heart so desires it. The area it sits in is called Fairlop Oak, named after a tree that apparently once stood in the area that was 66 feet in circumference. Whoa, that's a bit of a behemoth. Come and take a walk in my shoes and I'll tell you a bit about the history. A fair used to take place here and Queen Anne is said to have visited, and it is thought that the term beano or bean feast to mean a shindig originated from here. Remember to give me a like, click subscribe and do hit the notifications bell. I will see you in the video. Here is the entrance, not far from Fairlop Underground Station. There is a golf course here and a watch out for balls warning. You certainly don't want a golf ball clocking you in the face. But it was a very chilly day and no one was out playing with their balls. The last time I was here it was spring, and the area was abundant with cow parsley and blossom. There was talk of developing this area back in 2011 to include housing. Obviously the idea was rejected. I have to say I'm quite glad, although these derelict buildings do need to be torn down. I did have a little nosy inside and no dossers appeared to be living there. Fairlop Waters is 3 miles north of Ilford town centre and consists of open land providing space for sport and outdoor activities on an area originally known as Fairlop Plain. Here we are by a busy main road, and let me just show you the entrance sign. It's quite a vast area. I'm only showing you quite a small part. We're going for a wander around the lake. And what footwear did I have on? I had on ballet pumps, which was probably not a good idea. Trainers would have been a wiser choice. The lake is not accessible to the general public. You have to be a member of a club to take part in water sports, including swimming, canoeing, paddleboarding and rowing. Many clubs offer a pay-as-you-go service. You can see the cafe over there and the Lakeview Marquee. You can get married in there, as I mentioned. We'll take a nosy over there later, once we've been around the lake. Here's the launching and landing deck. It was quite quiet on this day. We have a boat dock to the right. The walk was certainly picturesque. I did make some friends on the way, but they tended to be of the winged variety, not the human variety. There are signs around saying no swimming, because you might get run over by a powerboat. Although I have read that you can swim in the lake. Maybe you can as part of a club. I'm not too sure. What I've read tends to contradict itself. The centre holds approval from various water sport bodies, including British Canoeing and the Royal Yachting Association. The ground was very waterlogged. Look at the fields over there. The district took its name from an old oak tree, the Fairlop Oak, which stood in Hainault Forest when the area was much more bosky than it is today. The oak is said to have had a trunk which measured 66 feet in circumference. 17 branches sprang forth from the tree, with most of them measuring more than 12 feet in girth. Here we are walking past some more waterlogged ditches. In the 18th century, a pump and block maker from Wapping named Daniel Day would take his employees on an annual fair in the forest on the first Friday in July. They dined on bacon and beans, and it's thought that this could be the origin of the English phrases bean feast and beano, meaning a get-together, day out or shindig, as I mentioned before. By the mid-18th century, the annual excursion to Fairlop had become one of London's most popular entertainments. As a result, the area became known as Fair, after the fair, and Lop, after the tree flourished after part of it was used to make Daniel Day's coffin. He is believed to have died in 1767. A society of archers, the Hainault Foresters, met under Fairlop Oak. Don't forget to check out my blog. I've written about my last visit here. That was a much milder May Day. What have we got over here? We have an old crow. Yes, I know what you're going to say. It takes one to know one. I love this archway here. It had a sense of romance about it. Here we come to our winged friends. There was certainly a huge gaggle of geese. I also saw ducks and lapwings. The lake is not that big. I was quite quick in circling it. You can take part in night fishing on the lake. Roach, carp, bream and pike live here, with some specimens weighing up to 30 pounds. Heading over here, and I think a fun fair was about to take place. That's why you have the caravans parked up. Here's the activity centre. Legend has it that Queen Anne visited the Fairlop Fair. One of the songs sung at the fair was called "Come My Boys." One verse states, "The Hainault Forest Queen Anne did ride, and saw the old oak standing by her side. And as she looked at it from bottom to top, she said to her court it should be Fairlop." The Boulder Park is a climbing area. The centre is licensed by the Adventurous Activities Licensing Authority. There was no danger of me even wanting to try climbing onto the boulders. In my shoes, I don't think so. They are designed for solo climbing and are a great place to practice bouldering and traversing skills. In June 1805, the tree caught fire and was blown down in 1820. The site is roughly marked by the boathouse by the lake. In nearby Fulwell Cross is a pub called the Fairlop Oak. It's a Wetherspoons pub and it's actually quite nice. I've had many a good meal in there, including Christmas Day dinner. I'm not quite sure what this thing is, this weird wigwam shaped thing, and we have more lumps of wood here. I assume they're for climbing. At this point the sun had come out and the view was certainly much nicer over the lake. We have a slide for the kids to play on and some kind of climbing frame going on there too. We're almost back to where we started. The cafe is certainly worth a try. They didn't appear to sell an awful lot, just hot and cold drinks, chocolate, crisps, and a few pastries. But they were very reasonably priced and it's a nice way to end your walk around the lake. I just had to come and have a nosy at the Lakeview Marquee, which is available to hire for events. The windows were totally blacked out so I couldn't see in. Next to that you have an adventure playground. Well, kids do tend to get bored at these events, so it's a nice place for them to come out and play, while the adults continue partying. And I'll finish outside the cafe, right where I started my lakeside walk. Thank you for watching and I do hope you enjoyed the video. Come and see me soon on another miscellaneous adventure. In the meantime, give me a like, hit the subscribe button and click on the notifications bell. You might want to leave me a comment telling me what you thought to the video or telling me where you'd like me to visit next. Until next time, ta-ta for now.